Before we get into this video, I want to let you know that I am teaching a tarot course this fall. So if you're interested, look at the link in the description below. And of course, if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, everything you need to know is in the description below. Let's get into this video. All right, Aquarius. Let's get into your reading. Okay, I haven't looked at these cards. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I haven't thought about this song in so long. I'm gonna tell you exactly what song this came out. I don't even know who the fuck sang this. This is a story of a girl. Da, 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 da. I don't even know who the fuck sings that song. By 9 days? Let me look at the actual lyric. This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. I remember the cadence. And while she looks at her photographs, I'm making up the cadence at this point. I absolutely love her when she smiles. How many days in a year she woke up with hope, but she only found tears, and I can be so insecure making her promises never for real. As long as she stands there waiting, wearing the holes in the soles of her shoes, how many days disappear when you look in the mirror? So how do you choose? Your clothes never wear as well the next day, and your hair never falls in quite the same way. You never seem to run out of things to say. Now, how many lovers would stay just to put up with this shit day after day? Now, how did we wind up this way, watching our mouths for the words that we say? As long as we stand here waiting, wearing the clothes and souls that we choose, how do we get there today when we're walking too far for the price of our shoes? I don't really get this song. This song was a one-hit wonder, and the band got dropped from their record deal after the company found no hits in their second album. Some believe this song is about lead singer John Hampton's girlfriend at the time and later wife, Teresa Savino, while others argue that it's about his ex, Jen Drugar, who, like, no one knows who these people are. Hold on. Now we're unpacking this. I'm just trying to understand why Spirit gave it to me for your reading. Play on words with souls and souls. Wearing the clothes or the souls that we choose. Okay. A reference to the previous line about the girl having worn out her shoes, leaving holes in her shoes. When talking about souls, on the other hand, Hampson is talking about who they show they are. In other words, what kind of person are they going to be today? It's impossible to get to the point made in the previous line where they can finally choose who they want to be when they're drifting so far apart to make ends meet in terms of their relationship. All right. So obviously it's about a messy relationship, but this guy is choosing to stay because he loved her. All right, fine. Okay, it feels toxic, but okay. You do with that what you will, Aquarius. Okay. I'm closing this tab and I'm moving on. I don't know why this song came to mind. If it has any relevance to you, Aquarius, let me know. Current self is 6 of Swords, which represents transition, turning point. This is your energy at the beginning of September. You know you want to make a change. You know you need to move towards calmer waters, towards healing, and towards recovering, honestly. It's not quite like the Star. The Star is like needing to kind of rest, recover, restore, have faith. This is more of like you starting out the month of September of like, all right, we've got to course correct because that shit was a mess back there. That's kind of the energy, you know? Theme of the month is Ace of Cups. We've got new love, a new cup to fill, a new emotional fulfillment. This isn't always related to a relationship, but it often is. It just represents like kind of feeling a little bit more optimistic emotionally about things in life right now. Key goal to pursue is Queen of Pentacles. This is the Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. It also represents financial security and abundance. The Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles is able to take care of the house, the home, the job, and herself. She's able to do it very well. So for me, this is like multitasking queen. Now be careful because, you know, with the Queen of Pentacles, she's so good at doing everything that it's very easy for her to get depleted, okay? Obstacle to overcome is the Lovers. We do have the Lovers here, which represents a sign of Gemini, but it also represents obviously unions and connections. Now, if you're not dating anyone, if there's no one romantically important in your life right now, the Lovers can also represent duality. It could represent the relationship with your higher self. It represents values, focusing on your values. But typically, in how I interpret it on my channel, this is, of course, either an important connection or a business connection, or an important relationship that you need to heal and work through, okay? Especially if you're in an established relationship, this to me would be like improving to a greater level of intimacy, potentially. Major accomplishment is the Magician, manifestation, creating what you desire. For me, the Magician here at the end of the month is like you actually recreating your reality. You actually manifesting, being successful in your manifestations, whether that be manifestations about your relationship, manifestations about your career, manifestations about your home. For me, it would be that you're actually successful. All right. What to avoid? Death. Death does represent the sign of Scorpio, in case that's important to you. It represents change and transformation. It also represents endings. So for me, Spirit's telling me, or telling you rather, don't end something. Don't be so quick to end something, okay? Or give up on something or someone. We'll clarify what exactly they're saying here. And then where to find support, we've got Strength card. To me, this is very much don't tap out, tap in. The Strength card also represents a sign of Leo, in case that's important. Where to find support is the High Priestess, by trusting your intuition, also communing with your spirit, like with your spirit team, like getting advice, sitting quietly and trying to understand where spirit is leading you. Getting in tune with your spiritual practice, because you need something a little bit outside of your practicality right now, or your wisdom. You need spiritual wisdom. Advice and encouragement is Six of Pentacles, which is giving and receiving energy, especially if you need help in any area. But for me, especially because you've got some relationship that's kind of struggling, to me, this is more about an even energy exchange for me by the end of the month. I'm going to show it to you in this deck, which I don't even use for you guys. This is usually a deck that I use for myself because this was my first tarot deck. So it's very sacred to me. But I like the imagery of the Six of Pentacles in this deck. Look, for me, by the end of the month, it's creating balance and symmetry and even energy exchange. You see? I guess I like it in the Modern Love deck too, but this is just what came to mind immediately. Okay. All right, so let's clarify some things. All right, let's first see what this Ace of Cups is for the theme of the month. So please clarify the Ace of Cups for Aquarius. Marriage, yeah, literally. All right, so we're okay. All right. Now, Aquarius, maybe you're a newlywed. I mean, let me know. Maybe you're newlywed, right? Maybe you're newly married and you're just trying to navigate maybe newlywed life. However, if you're already committed, like I mentioned, this would be to me needing to come back together and reestablish closeness and kind of like peeling back another layer of the onion that you didn't know was there about each other. For me, key goal to pursue is pretty straightforward to me. Pursue the bag, bitch. Pursue your financial, focus on your business and your career and your financial independence. Whether you work a 9 to 5 or whether you work a business, that's pretty straightforward to me. Focus on the check. However, we do still have to look at this relationship. So clarify, please. Do I want to use tarot? I think I want to use tarot to clarify the lovers. I will use this one. Clarify the obstacle to overcome, please, for Aquarius. September 2025. Please clarify the obstacle to overcome. Okay, we've got a couple cards here. We've got a lot. Okay. All right, I'll show them all to you. All right. First, we have the Temperance, which is balance. It also represents Sagittarius energy, balance and compromise. The Four of Wands is very much, I mean, it's a couple getting married. Like, you know, it's balanced domestic harmony. The Four of Pentacles, we got some holding back here, financial struggles potentially, trying to hold on to what you have, trying to be very modest and mindful about money. Maybe that's what's causing the issues in the relationship, maybe financial issues or different ways on how to manage the money. Magician is, again, manifesting what you want. I feel like you need to focus on how you want your relationship to succeed versus being worried about it falling apart. And then we've got the Devil here. You also might just need a hunch. Okay, when's the last time y'all were physically intimate with the Devil here, which is attachments? Okay. Okay. Clarify, please, the Magician, major accomplishment for Aquarius. Occupation. Okay, so we're manifesting some things professionally by the end of September. We love that. Okay. Clarify, please, this and the Death card. What to avoid for Aquarius. Clarify what to avoid for Aquarius. Okay, we've got bad health. Somehow I knew that was going to come out. I saw it, but then I put it back. Yeah, I just feel like... Now, I don't always take bad health so literally, because clearly we know something is not going well, especially in your love life. But this could be professionally. To me, this is like, again, don't tap out, tap in. You ever like, remember, you ever like hear people say, either through movies or maybe just in real life, when somebody's like literally on their deathbed and like, no, you can fight through this, you got this. Really what they're talking about is their mindset, because your brain is so powerful. And if you kind of resign to, I'm done, I don't want to heal. Like if you kind of mentally accept that you are done, what happens? People, when you hear people say, oh, they were just ready. And then they kind of like pass peacefully or, people just kind of know when they're ready to go on. I'm using this metaphorically, but when people are like, no, you could fight through this, you could fight. And because mentally they're not done, their body eventually kind of figures it out and gets it together. And I feel like there's something you kind of have to fight for that is unhealthy. There's something unhealthy in your life that you're going to have to fight for if you still want it. Okay? Which is why the Strength card is here. Lock in. Clarify the Strength card for what to embrace for Aquarius. Community. Now this could be your family too, this could be letting your family help you as well. Embrace your family. Maybe your family is the source of your stress, right now, but the Strength card is, again, perseverance, okay? Even if they work in your nerves. To me, the High Priestess and the Six of Pentacles are kind of straightforward, so I feel like I don't need to clarify those. So this is our opener. This is what we're dealing with. So we're starting out the month of September knowing we want to make some changes. We need to work on some things, what looks like romantically. We're pursuing the bag. That's our top priority. By the end of the month, we're making some changes or manifesting some things in our careers as well. We're not tapping out, we're tapping in. Okay, in regards to what seems like relationships for me, it could expand beyond romantic. Okay, all right, let's see what we got in your love and relationships. Okay, all right, babe, let's see. Back of the deck energy for love and relationships is Seven of Swords. Did we experience any infidelity, cheating, or lying? This is usually like events that already happened. Were you hiding something from your partner? Were they hiding something from you? You guys know I look at Seven of Swords as strategy, so maybe that's a message here, but I'm just asking the question. You know, really, Aquarius, it's working out. It's really working out. I know you're like, I don't know, this might be it. No, it's actually really going to work out. Aquarius. September 2025. Aquarius, September 2025. Aquarius, September 2025. Aquarius, September 2025, please. Can I have another, please? Yeah, can I have another, please? Aquarius, September 2025. Okay. I do want to get, I want to get one of these. Let's get one of these. What do you got for Aquarius? For September 2025, please. Okay, Spirit gave me 2. Okay. Okay, what she gave me. All right, here we go. What is expected, Aquarius? You already know you're not happy, okay? Everybody else is having fun. Meanwhile, you're being offered champagne and just like, I don't want this. I don't like it. I want to go home. King of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I just kind of feel like you're a little tuned out. Like, you know you're not happy, but I feel like you're choosing like to focus on other things. Focus on like either career ambitions or goals or, you know, it's something, a passion project. I feel like even though you're not happy, you're like, whatever, I just want to focus on the future. It almost feels like you're trying to distract yourself. I guess is really what I'm trying to say. I feel like you're trying to distract yourself from your unhappiness in your love life. The King of Wands represents the fire signs. If I didn't say that already, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So it could also relate to you not being dissatisfied with a fire sign in your love life. Okay. Unexpectedly is the Ten of Pentacles and the Fool. This is giving, let's start over. This is giving, let's have a fresh slate. The Fool is like new beginnings. Like, especially if anybody is newlywed, like this to me definitely gives newlywed. The Fool, again, new beginnings, fresh starts. But the Ten of Pentacles is like you're ready to build a legacy, wealth, and abundance. Like you're really future focused here in this connection. You know that you're starting a new journey with the expectation of wanting longevity. And I know you're like, again, this is unexpected. So I think you're kind of like, well, I don't even like it here. But all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, this could really work. This could really be something. Now, let's say you're already in a committed relationship. This could connect to maybe you starting a new experience with your person. Maybe even professionally, investing in something for the future, a business, a forever home. It could be things like that. Okay. Yes, Sasha. Hi. I'm not giving you no treats. You y'all hear her drinking all the water loud as hell? No, you getting too used to the treats. I feel like I've been trying to be better about giving her treats because I've never usually like fed her treats all day because she's little, so I don't, and she's not that active, so I don't like to overfeed her treats. So I keep them by my desk because sometimes she'll just come over to me and she just kind of like looks bored, and so I'll give like a treat. So now she just does that. She'll just come over, she'll stare, and she'll hope I'll give her a treat. I'm not giving her a treat. Anyway, theme of the day. Theme of the month, excuse me. 9 of Wands, perseverance, resilience. Okay, resilient. Look at them kids in the back. Resilience. Okay. 4 of Wands, domestic harmony, balance. Balance is being restored in your love life. 6 of Cups, you're remembering why you're getting a reminder of why you guys love each other, why you started on this journey, why you started on this venture. Now, if you're single, you might be like, Whitney, there's nobody. This would be like to me, this would be persevering to find your person and maybe looking at the past in terms of learning from past mistakes in your love life or your relationship history. The Hierophant reverse, choosing to be unconventional, choosing to make your own rules in your love life. I think that's actually something really important that we need to discuss. But let me tell you about this next card. The Star, which represents Aquarius, but also having faith, hope, and rejuvenation for the connection. I've been thinking about this a lot. I don't know how much I agree with myself. It's just a thought. I think we really need to reevaluate societal standards on relationships. Truly. I really do. I really, really do. Because our society is like a mess right now. And most of my audience is women, so I'm going to focus on women. I think the majority of women who are single expect, a baseline for men that, needing to be independent, financially secure, handsome, fit, romantic, thoughtful, all these things. Which is like the bare minimum, right? But there's so many nuances in today's society. I mean, like especially in New York, you know how many grown adults still live with their parents simply because it's expensive. It's so expensive to live on their own. And I used to really judge that 10 years ago, but now I feel like I can really get it. If somebody was staying home and stacking their money and meeting somebody, I would look at that a lot differently if I had met somebody today and I knew that they were at home, but they told me they were saving because when they get married, they want to be able to buy a house. I'd be like, he's a planner. I'm just giving an example. And like, how many men do you meet that are in that situation? Very few. But what I'm saying is there's no one size fits all because, personally, I would rather somebody live on their own and have a little independence and not live with their family or whatever. But there's no size fits all, one shoe fits all situation. And something that made me think about this is like, I've been watching Outlander. I don't know if you guys know the show, and the newest season is on Netflix. I've been watching Outlander and I'm going to ruin it. This is spoilers. Okay. So we just got to a point in the season where they go back to modern times, Bree and Jeremiah. And because it's kind of like the show is kind of about time traveling. It's not the focus of the show, but it's important to the show. And she didn't even finish her degree at MIT, but she's super smart. She's an engineer. And he was a professor and a teacher. And so he was kind of like thinking about becoming a teacher or a preacher and kind of going down that path. So when they got back to like their time, he was kind of struggling to find his like purpose. And as a trying to get readjusted. And she went ahead and decided to go to work because they were trying to renovate this house. They needed some money. And she's like, look, I'm gonna go ahead and go try to get a job. Meanwhile, he was at home with the kids. Now, mind you, this is a man who is a professor, you know, and still trying to figure out, okay, like, well, what's next for me? You know, now, granted, they met under different circumstances, you know, and he traveled across the world for her ass, but it's a TV show. So it's like, you know, just follow me here. I have a point to this. I think we really do need to give a little bit more grace for each other as humans living in 2025. I think we place impossible standards on each other in today's dating world. And I think truly, if I'm honest, I think social media has forced us to have really, 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 really high standards that none of us are able to meet, which is why a lot of people are single. So why am I saying this in your reading? I'm saying this because you may be thinking, you know what, fuck this, I can get better. I don't need this, and da-da-da-da. That may be true. That may be true. But I think if you're honest with yourself, Aquarius, there is really truly love here. It's just been a while since you guys have like had a really good season, and you need to allow yourself to come back to each other. Okay? Okay? Don't be out here thinking, fuck this, I'm about to just hop on the apps and I'm gonna just get something new, something better, something sweet, somebody who loves me, somebody who respects me. Why don't you just try talking to your partner first about how you want to be respected now? Maybe how you wanted to be respected 10 years ago, 5 months ago is not how you needed to be respected and treated now. You've changed, you've evolved. Can you communicate that to your person? And can they be receptive to it is the other part. All right, so let me shut the fuck up. So anyway, Oracle messages, past life relationship. You have known each other before. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations and religious factors. I think too, this card is always like a wild card to me because it comes up for me. It just never means the same thing. There might be a message where you and your person are considering going back to church, whatever that looks like for y'all, or getting back into your faith together. Or maybe you are considering getting back into your faith and reconnecting with your religion, if at all, or your spirituality, whatever. However, it's also a message here of like kind of one person being more spiritually evolved than another and needing to have patience for that, you know? One person having done a little bit more work than the other and needing to allow the other person's space and time and energy to grow, right? I also have two of these cards here. Have patience. Love is patient and kind always. And be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. All right, so I'm going to read these two. I want to read these two messages. I feel like past life relationship. This one is pretty like, for me, this is just confirmation of like your person. Yeah, things might feel difficult and rocky, but this is like a really strong tie, like that transcends this lifetime, you know, which is why maybe you feel very connected to them. Keep an open mind. Let's read that one first. All right, the romance angel sent you this card as a reminder to stay open to the possibility of your soulmate appearing in a form that may differ from what you expect. That was also kind of why I was kind of going on a tangent a little bit. This is especially true if you tend to date a certain type of individual. You drew this card to help you discover your soulmate. This card may signal that you've already been introduced to this person, but have overlooked his or her romantic potential. Take the time to get to know the various individuals you meet, even if there isn't an initial attraction. At the very least, you will learn more about yourself and may make a new friend. Okay. 40, be in the present and dream of the future. All right. Avoid dwelling on things that have passed and no longer exist. Everyone has a past that has helped to shape who they are. The history cannot be erased. Accept the past and look forward to the future. Set goals, dream big, and create. By doing this, you will eliminate the need to revisit the past. Having a goal helps you to focus on what is important. Setting a goal with 1 year with a 1-year time frame is a simple way to live in the present. What would you like to be doing or achieving this time next year? Make it an attainable task and work on your dream every day. Once you have committed to your goal, you will find you are more easily able to reach it. Work consistently toward your dream and you will make steady progress and achieve it much quicker. A woman sits beneath the nighttime sky. The pyramids and crystal castle behind her represent ideals from the past. The structures refer to the past and the things that brought you to this point. The stars in the sky symbolize the higher power that guides you. Humans are made of the same energy that made the stars. You have the light inside you. Shine into the darkness and create your dreams. I'll show you the card again. Okay. Okay. Listen. I don't know your situation. I don't know if you're in an abusive relationship or anything. Obviously use wisdom, because I don't want you to stay in a relationship because I told you to. What I'm seeing here is that it looks like you're choosing to stay together and work it out versus give up. Okay, let's see what's happening in your career and finances. Okay, Aquarius, here we go. Career and finances, Ace of Cups. So second time Ace of Cups is up here, so write that down. Second time Queen of Pentacles is here, write that down. And the Lovers, actually. You know what's interesting? The Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers are next to each other again, and they were also next to each other in your monthly forecast. It was Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers. So I don't think that's ever happened before in a reading for me. All right, I love what's happening in your career and finances, okay? Back of the deck energy is the Six of Cups. So thinking about the past, reflecting, reminiscing is in the recent past in your career and finances. Maybe revisiting people you used to work with, projects you used to deal with, clients you used to have, stuff like that. All right, what you got for Aquarius, please? September 2025 for Aquarius. Aquarius 2025. Can I have more, please? September 2025. Okay, really like this for your career and finances. Okay, what to expect? We got the Ace of Cups. So you're going into the month of September with, I wanted to say a fresh perspective. Sure. Ace of Cups, again, is emotional fulfillment, a new cup that you want to fill. Whereas the Sun reversed is needing to do what makes you happy, especially because you have the awareness that you haven't been focusing on what makes you happy. So you're prioritizing doing what feels good, what feels right and emotionally fulfilling to you this month. Very emotionally led in your career and finances this month. Very emotionally led. In a positive way, though, not in a negative way. You might even just be feeling really good and really good about where things are in your career and finances this month. The unexpected is the Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers. Queen of Pentacles is Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. The Lovers is Gemini energy, okay? Now, to me, there could be an unexpected union or contract or agreement with a female, a very intelligent female or business-minded female in your life, or like I said, an Earth sign. There could be a significant partnership here. This could be that you and your person, your romantic partner, make some sort of investment this month that you feel will bring more balance to your home and careers. To me, this feels like working together instead of against each other. If you don't currently work with work closely with, most people don't work with their partners, but maybe this could be, maybe you and your partner decide to work together. Can you clarify the unexpected for Aquarius in their love life? Or excuse me, in their career and finances for September? Clarify the unexpected. Toil and labor. Maybe it's getting more support from your partner. If you've been feeling like you're just like working all day, working all night. For Aquarius, please. Courtship. But sometimes I look at the courtship as like kind of partnership as well, just like the imagery of the card. You know, there's an important connection and partnership happening unexpectedly this month for you. This could be potentially that you develop a romantic interest at work. Throwing it out there. All right. Theme of the month, the Hermit. Okay, so mostly you're using the month of September to kind of regroup a little bit, or at least the first half, to kind of get yourself organized. This is also Virgo energy, in case that's important. We're coming out of financial hardship and into abundance and luxury. Finances are going to be looking good this month, allowing you to prepare a little bit more better for the future. So I really like to see that here, okay? Our oracle messages are motivator. There's a skill you possess that needs to be shared with the world. Consider a career in coaching, speaking, lobbying, activism, or mentoring. You may be in need of motivation yourself or needing inspiration. I do agree with that. I agree with, almost wish I had the counselor here, but like, I think you might do with like a business coach or a life coach or a career coach, or even just therapy, a therapist who focuses on people who are career driven. I feel like you could benefit from that this month, especially if you're struggling with the work-life balance, because I feel like that's an issue here. Destiny is coming out. Believe in your dreams and passions. It's calling you to follow them. Whatever led you to this point in your life, it was to direct you to your higher purpose. New exciting adventures await you. Don't look back, only to the future. And then designer. You're being called to tune into your own individuality and express yourself. A career in fashion, art, or any artistic endeavor could be just for you. Get creative with your finances. Perhaps it's time to discover a new talent. This to me connects back to the Magician card of you designing and manifesting something new for yourself. Remember the oracle message we got with that, or the Kipper deck we got with that, was occupation with the Magician. So there's something that you're manifesting or designing or creating at the end of the month that feels very aligned with you, but it's because you're creating it. You're putting this into place. Motivator, destiny, designer. I like this. I like what's happening. It feels very optimistic. It feels like you feel you have the resources to kind of get yourself, especially if things have been like tight, or if things have been like a little touch and go. It feels like you're getting the boost that you need to motivate yourself, or to feel motivated or validated, to kind of lay the foundation for the future. Maybe even to create more security for the future. Okay. All right. I'm using the crystal spirits this month for your oracle messages, and I got petrified wood, which is number 43, which I think also Virgo got. So I was like, oh, really? This one again? So I looked briefly and I was like, okay, I'll see if this connects to their reading. Okay, which it does. Essential meaning: patience, timelessness, patience and trust in universal timing, going with the flow. The dog is so annoying. I think she just You okay? I feel like she needs a blanket there. Sasha, please hold. Sasha, bro, you put the blanket. So you don't want that? How about I give you this one? Would you like the towel? Would you like a blanket that you can ruin? So Sasha was just doing this thing where, like, you know how dogs will like claw at like a blanket so they can kind of like feel like they're burrowing or they're getting it just right how they want it. So she does that, but she does it with a dog bed that isn't like that. So she's literally just scratching at the cushion and it's not moving. So I just put a towel down so she could feel a little bit more comfortable. And I do have a little pillow that she can do that with, but she always pushes it off. So I'm just like, all right. I do my best. Okay, so back to you, petrified wood. All right. The universe has its own ideas about when and how to bring your intention into form, but we can be impatient, forgetting that time allows the universal consciousness to get all the wheels turning so that what we wish to co-create can begin to manifest. The appearance of this crystal is a reminder to trust in the timing of the universe. Good things come to those who wait. Your message right now is to be open to divine order, for you cannot control the timetable or the form in which the universe expresses your intention. Focus on the process, putting one foot in front of the other as you work at your own growth and healing, and what you need will show up in perfect timing. Aquarius, that's what I have for you, my love. I hope it's helpful. Drop some comments below. Watch for your moon and your rising as well. Let me know what's going on in your love life, but I'm happy for whatever's going on in your career. And I'll see you in October. Bye.